Our spotlight story tonight is about recent changes at the Soap Lake Fire Department. Here with the story is Ryan Lancaster.
Soap Lake City officials are still declining to give details about the June 25th firing of Fire Chief Dan Shields. The issue wasn't on the agenda at last week's City Council meeting, and Mayor Raymond Gravel made no mention of the termination, although he did introduce Interim Fire Chief Debbie Bowen.
After joining our fire department early this year, she was appointed to lieutenant. 2 months later, she was promoted to captain. She became Soap Lake's interim fire chief on June 25th.
Just prior to the meeting, Bowen and two other apparent firefighters battled a small brush fire across the street from the City Hall. While between 8 and 10 firefighters have left the city department since Shields was let go, Gravel pointed out the city still has coverage.
If anyone had any questions about whether we have a fire department, they're over there putting a fire out. I didn't arrange this for demonstration purposes, I promise.
When Bowen was done fighting the fire, Gravel asked her to give a status update on the department. She said the department currently has 6 volunteers besides herself, 4 of whom are fully trained, and she's getting applications almost every day.
I just want everyone to know that we're still committed to the city of Soap Lake. We're still committed to protecting the city, making sure that every citizen is protected, all the wildlands protected. We still have 3 working trucks. We still have a working department.
The issue of Shields firing was brought up during the public comment period by now former Soap Lake firefighter Brent Martin.
I've got a few questions I'd like to see if I can get some answers to.
Martin asked the city council why Shields, who he described as a highly respected veteran, was terminated before any investigation was brought against him.
This fire department's been torn apart. We respect him. 24 years in the service, folks. You got a 3-year fire chief out there. You got a 3-year assistant chief.
He also questioned Bowen's experience, saying she'd led her crew to fight the fire across from City Hall without an adequate water supply and without proper fire gear, a violation of the National Fire Protection Association.
Okay, public comments closed. Move to old business.
Martin and other supporters of Shields left the meeting when their questions weren't answered. Outside, former firefighter Kim Timke said she's spoken with Police Chief Glenn Quantz, but he declined to say why Shields was terminated or if an investigation is underway.
And was told that basically it's none of my business and to leave it alone.
Former firefighter Christy Arbuckle said the city lost a collective 50-plus years of experience after they let Shields go, and she's concerned for the future of the department.
She's out there with no turnout gear, fighting a fire, running a hose through the middle of a fire, and we supposed to trust that?
While Gravel didn't answer any questions at the meeting, he did address the situation via email this week. He said Shields was employed on an at-will basis and no cause was needed for termination under the terms of his contract. Shields was reportedly not asked to sign a non-disclosure form or other such document when terminated. Gravel did not comment on why Shields was let go and said he is unable to answer whether or not there is an active investigation into any misconduct by Shields. iFIBER 1 News has made a formal request for any documents pertaining to Shields' termination, along with any disciplinary notes, letters of reprimand, or written allegations of misconduct pertaining to the former chief's tenure with the city. The Soap Lake official in charge of public records is reportedly on vacation until later this month. For iFIBER 1 News, this is Ryan Lancaster reporting.
Thanks, Ryan. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more news after the break.